Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I like to do is to create videos that I would have found helpful when I first got out looking for treasure. Today's video is going to be a fair bit of a departure, and the reason is these things are potentially sterling silver, and I'm helping out my neighbors. There was a bit of a health issue, and she had to move, and in the process they had a lot of stuff they just can't really take with them, and they had to go pretty quick. So when I was helping them out move furniture, one of the things that they were talking about was that they had silver. I found a bunch of silver upstairs already that we know is sterling. And then this, I believe these boxes too, I'm not certain because they kind of had to get out quick, is the other silver, quote unquote. So what we're actually looking at here is potentially sterling, potentially plate, but this is grandparents' silver and parents' silver. So what we're going to do today and in this video is we're going to just have a look here, and we're going to see what we can find that is sterling and what is plate. Separate out the two so that we can get them some good money for it. Without further ado, let's just have a look here. I think now with this action camera, I'm not necessarily going to be able to get all of the markings, but what I should be able to do is show you. So this piece looks like it's probably plate, and then yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to see it here. I'll see if I can get a close-up for you, but that is right there a sterling mark. It says sterling. So we know we have a sterling handle. Now, being a sterling handle makes it a little hard to price because it's just a sterling handle. It's not actually the whole thing isn't sterling. But I'm guessing some of these other pieces may be sterling in here. Let's have a look-see. Oh, look at that. That's adorable. We have monogram. Is it going to be sterling in there? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it says, again, I'm going to have to probably get some close-up pictures for you, but it says sterling weighted. And I'm guessing that this was a children's, yeah, look at that. So we have a children's spoon. Same monogram, which I think most likely means that what we're going to have is, yep, more sterling. So that's actually a little sterling children's set. Getting prices on this is going to be a little tricky. Let's see, so we have 4 forks here. I guess they're not all the same. We've got 3 that are the same. Nice monogram. These are Rogers. Oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to get the markings here well, but that's Rogers, and it has A1, I think. Oh, no, XS triple, it says. So that's triple plate. But this is a good lesson right here because we're looking at 3 plated, but then you see how this one's different? And this looks a lot more like silver. It weighs less. Has the same monogram, interestingly, but if we look here, we'll find our sterling mark. So that one is actually sterling, whereas those guys are not. And you'll find that a lot with this sort of stuff, that you see a lot of things that are mixed, especially with this sort of generational silver, where things just over the years have been put together, and there isn't a lot of awareness of what is silver and what isn't. So these look like they're demi-tasse spoons. And I'm seeing nobility plate here. And this one, you know what? I need to go grab my little magnifying glass because the light down here isn't the best. All right, so I have a magnifying glass. I don't know if this is gonna work for the video, but that's Viceroy plate right there, and this is nobility plate. So those 2 pieces are plate. Let's pull out all the same. Oh, this is kind of the same set, isn't it? Look at that. Doesn't look good for silver, but you never quite know. We've already identified those pieces right there. These guys are all the same thing. So let's have a look, see. These are Sheffield, England. It says EPNS. So that is also a plate set. So we're just going to go ahead and put all this plate back in here. And I'm going to go ahead and take these 3 forks and put them in also. We're just going to use this as our plate receptacle, shall we? Oh. Okay. What I will do probably with this video is I'll take some close-ups with my phone of all the sterling marks. That, at a glance, looks maybe plate. Yeah, we have... If this said sterling, I would think it's something, but we have like a G48. It's fairly typical, like kind of what you call pseudo hallmarks. But here's a little tip. There's stuff down in there. Wow, and I'm glad I stopped because that one looks like it's sterling. All right, so this has a D on it, and I think, just to verify, sterling. Yep, so that one's sterling. This one doesn't look sterling, but we'll double check. Looks very plate-like. Meriden. So that's a Meriden. I'm gonna set that over with our silver plate here. Let's pull all this stuff out. Make sure we're not missing anything. So, just at a glance here, maybe sterling, maybe sterling. Let's start with those, shall we? Yep. That one is sterling right there. This one is, I think, sterling. Let's see. Patent applied for. It's got like a kind of a lion thing. I don't think that one is sterling. I think that's plate. It doesn't say sterling, and the patent applied for often, on my experience, means that it's plate. Now that could mean that the patent is applied for the pattern. This is a very pretty pattern. I'm going to set this one aside. I don't know about that one. If it is sterling, it should say so, but these markings, and I'll get a close up at the end of the video. We'll go through all of these things, and we will, or maybe depending on how much is here, the end of 2 videos. I think this one's going to be plate, but I'll make sure we get the close-ups. I wanted to do the action of actually like being in here and sorting. You can see here we have, well, maybe you can see it's a silver plate, and then these grape patterns. I tend to find. And it's interesting here, see, these are 2 different patterns. But these grape leaves just pretty much always seem to be plate. That's the Delaware Silver Company. Looks like we have another grape, and this one is this one's Rogers. So we have 3 grape patterns, all plate, Rogers A1, Delaware Plate Company, and then this one is just says silver plate with a W before it, so I'm not sure if it's Wallace or one of the other plate makers. But this sort of grape motif. I'd imagine some of it might be, that's an Oneida community. I'd imagine some of it might be sterling, but I've not seen any that is. All right, so we're just going to try to go through and do this orderly like. So first glance, we have a lot of verdigris there. Now keep in mind that verdigris could be added by something else, but in this case, I don't know. Oh my word. That is special. Okay, so you probably can't see it. I will right now take a close-up of this mark, and I'll splice this into the video. So that is an 830 mark with a little moon and crown indicating Germany. I'm not sure who the maker is of GK. But this dish, which is significant, is made out of 830 silver. So that is a solid piece. That's a real good example of where the verdigris might be leading you astray. Whatever was in here left that, and we'll be able to polish that right out, I think. As on the surface. And it's from, this was probably filled with like silver plate at one point, and the silver plate got into the bowl. But that is a chonker of a beautiful bowl. Oh my word. All right. Well, that was unexpected. Okay, let's, we're gonna go ahead and put this here for now. That's gonna be our new receptacle for sterling. That's the one we're not sure about. All this is sterling. Okay, shall we continue delving? What's this? It's got a very quadruple plate look to it. Is it for napkins, maybe? Looks like something broke off here and here. And yeah, that one is quadruple plate. After you've been doing this for a while, quadruple plate has a real look to it. Now, if you're ever searching something like this, always double check the bottoms of the boxes. You never know where stuff is going to be lurking or hiding in something like this. Okay, let's grab whatever this is. I feel like that's the same bag. Do you think we're going to find another piece of solid silver here? So they thought this was all plate. And honestly, it was all just going to go to the thrift shop or the dump, actually. Nope. Oneida, Silversmiths, Rogers, these are just plate. They're both the same thing. So I was pleased. You know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know a lot of what I hope to achieve with the channel is that people can understand what they have, what their families have. So it's really nice to be able to actually like have a chance to help out a family, maybe preserve some family heirlooms. That, I'm pretty sure I've seen this pattern. That one's just going to be plate. Yeah, it says here Oneida Silversmiths. So that one's plate. This is, oh, good gravy. Okay, well, so again, we have the same thing going on with the verdigris. Look at that. Why do we have that there? And you're probably wondering why I'm. In any case, we've got some real nice tarnish here, and this is Mexican sterling. It says AVA 925. Let me grab, you know what, I'm going to set it here for right now because I'm thinking I'm going to wait and keep plowing through some stuff, and then we'll do a splice in a shot of all the sterling or solid silver we find. This has, see all the copper coming right through there? Now, sometimes what can look like copper can be very odd tarnish. I have one video where I found a spoon from 1776 that looked like it was just copper coming through. And after polishing it, actually just like rubbing it with your thumb, it went away. In this case, we still have the copper there, so we're definitely looking at a piece of plate. But what a good example of treasure mixed in with nothing. What do we think? Nice pierce. This is a real nice piece of plate, if it is plate, which I think it probably is. I'm getting a real plate vibe off of this one. Ardsley Tudor plate, Oneida Community. Yep. Okay. All right, man. So we've got some goblets here, looks like. These don't look like they're going to be silver. They say made in Spain. They don't say that they're silver. So let's see if that's what else is in here. Yep, same thing. Same thing. Same. Okay, so this whole bag is this made in Spain sort of plated goblets. We will set this one aside and we will continue. Now, I'm not sure if these boxes have silver in them too, but you may be in for multiple videos out of this situation today. Thinking no. Yep, it's a nice piece of Wallace silver plate. This looks like silver plate too. Not seeing any markings. We've got the real kind of... Now, obviously, there's a lot of verdigris and stuff here, but yeah. Probably can't see it in this, but it says Rogers right there. So that one's plate. This, you can tell is plate because actually some of the plate's worn through. And we have Made in the USA, EPNS, WS Manufacturing Company. So the EPNS is electroplate nickel silver. That sure looks like plate to me. We have a marking down here. KS. And then there's a mark here. It says Sheffield, Made in USA. So that company is Sheffield, and that's a... probably can't see it, but EPNS. Yeah, I think part of this video, if you're out identifying stuff, unfortunately, because I need to use the action camera for it, we're not going to be able to see the markings super clearly. But where to look for markings actually can be more important than what the markings actually are in some cases. So this one's got a lot of weight to it. It's got kind of a quadruple plate feel. See, it's kind of wavy and busted up. But it's got real nice engraving all the way around. Yeah, there we got quadruple Forbes Silver Company, quadruple plate. And I'm not sure what the base metal they use for these is, but it's very bendable, which seems not so positive. That is clearly silver plate. I don't even know if they marked these. I think usually these had a sticker on them. Yeah, I don't see any markings, but these are cheap stamped silver plate. Okay. Let's put this up here. See what we got over here. Oh man. Got some real nice pieces so far. Hopefully you're enjoying this as much as I am. Well, that's cute. But I think you can see the surface coming up there. E and JB Sheffield, USA. It's cute, but it's not. It is definitely not silver. Or I don't even know if that thing's silver plated. This, oh, that's pretty. It's got a plate look to it. Let's look for markings. Yeah, right in the middle here. It says Sheffield plate. is what it says. Right there. Okay. I'm not sure what they want me to do with all the plate. I think probably just give it to the thrift shop, but we'll see. I'll ask. Oh, I should probably pause. I'm showing you these things, aren't I? WMF icon. This stuff is like a German plate. Let me pause for. Sorry about that pause. I'm not really a good action camera person, and I had this paranoia that for some reason I'd been looking through all this plate without actually sharing it with you. Well, that's interesting. Did this get bent down? Oh, goes like that, maybe? I don't know, but that does not look like it's sterling. That is very much kind of a lower quality piece of something. And it's broken. What do we have in here? Oh, interesting. Are these trivets? Gorham. Oh, I think it's a trivet. Yeah. It's plate. It says here Gorham EP electroplate, but they're pretty cool. Yeah, this one's the same thing, except it's a Wallace. Interesting. All right, we're gonna set those. We're gonna set them over here. Back in the bag. Okay. This has the look of silver plate to it. I don't know if you can see up here, but there's a bunch of the plates coming up. A bunch of the plate is coming up right there. And we have some kind of pseudo hallmarks. I think that's an old piece to be sure, but it's plate. Same thing going on here, I think. This one says Pairpoint EPNS WM mounts. Interesting pieces. Not the best condition, but a lot of this old silver plate really isn't. So, all right, let's set that. There are other bags. What do we got here? We got nothing. We'll put that with our bag. Okay, what do we got right here? I'm going to move my sterling and solid silver over here. Let's see, what is in this box? That's a little bit promising. And I say that just because the weight is a little low. But 1971 looks like it's stamped. I think that's probably plate. It's just a light piece. Yeah, you can't, I can barely see it, but right here it says silver plated, an incredibly light stamp. What do we have here? We have ED Peacock EPCA, so that's electroplate on copper, I think. Usually that's EPC. I'm not sure what EPCA means. That looks like it's plate. I don't see any indication that this is anything other than silver plate. And I've seen these quite a few times, so that one is a plate. We'll set that aside for a second. Seems like we got some silverware in there. What else is lurking? Something in that bag. Oh, this is cute. Little candy dish. Looks like it's just plate though. Let's get something scratched in there. It says the grab my magnifying glass and see if I can read it to you. The glass has etched in it the HAUILERL, maybe? I don't know. We'll set that one over there. Any other trinkets? Nope. So we got that to look at. Let's set this over here. See what kind of things are rolled up. Interesting. Let's start with the odd one out. Yeah, I think we are. Let me grab my magnifier. It says sectional overlay plus XX. So if these are all the same, and it's worth double checking. I think they're all going to be the same, but yeah. Oh, no, they're not all the same. Look at that. We know these are all sectional overlay XX, and the XX indicates how much silver plate is involved. So I'm going to set those over in our silver plate area. Are these all? Nope. Nope. Something else. So always worth checking everything, because here we have a piece of Gorham sterling. So that one is sterling. We'll put that over in the sterling. And this one, I'm going to guess no. You can see here where it's very, very worn through. Just says DS, but you can see it's clearly plate. But one piece of sterling out of there, plus a fun little roll-up. So that whole box did have a piece of sterling in it, which I think is another great lesson, because frankly, with a collection like this, you never know where the sterling is going to be hiding. I highly doubt any of this is going to be sterling, but if it is, wow, what a score. These are all the serving trays by the looks of it. These are very common. You've seen them. You can see all the copper coming through. If you've been out doing this at all, you'll see these a lot. Boy, these have been used a lot. You can see all the copper coming right through, which is kind of nice in a way, because it tells you, hey, I'm silver plate. And another old piece, you can see all the copper coming right through on it, but that's Cheltenham, Cheltenham and Company, LS, made in England. Silver on copper. You can definitely see that copper. All right, I'm going to put this one over here. It's in some of the older kind of stuff. We already looked at those plates. This box, that box. What's in this box? It says silver coffee service. Oh. Hand chased, made in England EP on copper. So we'll see if it's all the same set. Yeah, it looks like we're looking at the same pattern here. Now, we do want to make sure that we look at every piece that's in here. Just verify. Because you never know when there's going to be like some silver spoons lurking at the bottom, maybe. But no, it looks like they're all the same. Man, they are nice though, aren't they? I love the bird and the face. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Pack you back up. Put you over here. Already looked at that. We've got this, and then we need to have a check at those boxes. Ah, this has some heft to it. What have we in here? Oh my. We may have been saving the best for last. Let's just have a double check here. Because I think what I'm going to do... This is China. Yeah, it's China. Okay, I think what I am going to do at this point, because this other box is probably going to make my video go long, is I'm going to finish this one out. We'll have a second part to this. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please consider hitting the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And most importantly, I hope that you have learned something in this video. And what I will do now, before I forget, because I was going to forget, wasn't I? I promised you a close-up of that. So I will finish out this video with a close-up of this other sterling piece right here. All right, here it is. There you go. And with that, I hope that you can use this information to go out and find some treasure.
I've been Thomas.